Jesus sees a man that has been blind from birth. A discussion erupts among his disciples. Rabbi, what caused this man's blindness? Was it the sin of the parents or was it the sin of the man? And Jesus looks at them and says, neither. This man was born blind so that the work of God might be displayed in his life. So Jesus spits on the ground, makes mud with his saliva, and puts the mud on the man's eyes. Jesus tells the man to go wash, and when the man washes, his sight is completely restored. The man who was born blind goes home seeing, his eyes wide open. Then, of course, come the questions from the townspeople and his neighbors, questions that escalate into an all-out interrogation from the religious elite. How did this happen? Who did this? What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say concerning the man who supposedly healed you? He answers them the same over and over again. They call him Jesus. He spit on the ground. He made mud with his saliva. He put the mud on my eyes, told me to go wash. Then I washed, and now I can see. This is where Jesus enters the picture again, and he starts having this intense discussion with some of the religious elite about spiritual blindness, their inability to see what God just pulled off. Some of the townspeople and certainly some of the religious elite are unable to see, unable to perceive the work of God that has just been displayed in this man's life. They are blind to the miracle. They completely miss it. They are blind to Jesus. They are even blind to themselves. Some of the greatest healings in life are when Jesus spits on the ground, makes mud with his saliva, and puts it on our eyes, healing our own blindness, our own inability to see and perceive what God is doing in our lives. I can imagine that when Jesus is putting the mud on our eyes, that he's saying, you think you can see, you think you can perceive, but you don't really see at all. You have no idea who you are or who I am for you or what I am doing right at this moment to restore you back into wholeness. Whatever your hurt, whatever your wound, the good news is that you can go home seeing. You can go home seeing who God is for you in the middle of that painful situation. You can go home perceiving exactly who you are despite whatever's in your past or whatever you feel you've done. You can go home with your eyes wide open.